I think a big part of it was looking at contextually what you see in Richmond and a hole that I felt like was missing. Modernism is not an easy thing to accomplish, and it really requires a client who respects that. And so the decisions that we made through that process, we had to make sure that our owner really understood. Prizm did a great job doing that. And a great way to kind of see how that sort of materializes in real space is when we had to make the hard choices weren't about covering up the detail. It was actually trying to celebrate those moments that were incredibly minimal. And I think that really made the difference in the project.
We definitely got a lot of our inspiration from the Scandinavian architectural designs, but we also thought about the person and their everyday flow through the home when we are designing, what makes sense, what flows comfortably, and just the emotion and calmness that we like to bring to a home. My favorite part of the home is going to be the back sliders. I'm an outdoor person, so when I was able to, or we were able to, bring that to this design, I was super excited to be able to open those doors and, you know, entertain, or if you're just home having a coffee or a tea, I think it brings calmness to the home in itself.
The fact that you all picked a metal roof, standing seam metal roof, I felt like that was fantastic. That's not normal. Most of the times I end up seeing asphalt on a new build that's meant for market. That was a big choice. I think the choice of the slider in the rear was awesome. The connectivity to the inside-outside. Again, this kind of thought about like, how do we make the experience for someone who's going to be living in the house to feel more expansive? And I think that did that very successfully. And I would say this is less of a material choice, but maybe a design choice that collectively was made. And that was being honest about choosing one material as a majority of the project. So it wasn't a ton of different materials coming together. And I think what happens with a lot of the new build stuff is people sort of lean into like, how many materials can I throw on this to make it interesting? And sometimes all you have to do is simplify it. And I think that commitment to simplicity is what led to a really great design.
I think the stairs were one of the biggest points. Not having trim on them, I think, spoke to the element of its minimalist. Having that pathway with the window, having that light go there, shining on there. I want to say the windows themselves, I say with the smaller space, larger windows bring just the outside element of openness and having a smaller space feel bigger. We chose more quality materials for the fact of thinking of a homeowner, this being the biggest purchase that they would be making, but also just wanting to put a high quality on what we build without having to break your budget. I want to say up until 2 weeks before we were completed with the project is when we started kind of really looking at the backyard for how big it was. Bringing symmetry to everything, so bringing the concrete aspects from the pavers in the front to the patio in the back and completing it with the retaining wall, just bringing those elements together.
I think the toughest part about any one of those projects is making sure that the execution is done properly. So it's making sure that the teammate you select is a teammate who fully respects the idea of working within small confines and creating something uniquely different. And so in order to do that, you've got to have a really good intention behind what you make. And it can't sort of fall in line with what everyone thinks it should be. It's got to be something that is very intentionally done. So you spend a lot of energy in the details. So finding that teammate, it was really you all. You guys did a great job as both developer and contractor, and that made the entire process much easier. It made it way more exciting to be able to find a partner in that says, hey, let's go push the limits. Let's go see what we can do.